Hello, hello, lads. How you doing, huh? Hmm. Uh, Start recording. There we go. Ah, yeah. So today we're gonna be playing the demo of a spoopy indie uh visual novel. I think. Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully it's going to be fun. Hopefully. So let's fucking get new game. Should I play this shit with the controller? Oh, let me see. Does this shit recognize the controller? It does not. Oh. Preferences. Uh. Oh, it does. Okay, good. A new game. This is a horror game. It features difficult subjects. Do you want to continue? View content warning? No, I'm good. Hold on, let me. God, sometimes the way I position my fucking mic makes me sit down like a fucking shrimp. Horrible posture. Horrible. Oh, my fucking neck. Ugh. Hey, God. Right. You want to continue? Yeah. It has already been decided. What you choose does not matter. Except 1950s. A young man lay in the New York snow. Moments before, his face had been smashed in by a tire iron. He could feel the cold on his raw, bruised skin. He swallowed. Blood had collected in his throat from his nose and mouth. It was becoming harder and harder for him to breathe. Would he be able to get up and get home? Would it be cold or choking on his own blood that killed him first? In this moment, as he tried to ignore the chill climbing up his hands and feet, he thought of his favorite opera. He once managed to sneak in and see it during a Sunday matinee. It opened with an aged man on his deathbed, wondering the value of his work. And in his last moments before death, a demon came to him and promised him a second chance. Is that Dr. Fox? Maybe. Youth, a new life in a beautiful young woman. As the man thought about the opera, he wondered if these were his last moments. Would a demon come to him? Could he ask for a second chance, a new life? The things he could do if he wasn't trapped by money and circumstances. He woke up. With some difficulty, he sat up and brushed the thin layer of snow off himself. The demon never came to him. 2000s, June 7th, Sunday night. Oh, shit. Margot, lay in bed. It was weird being back in her old bedroom after 2 years. She hadn't expected how much she would add just to living in a dorm on the other side of the state. But now it was her home that felt alien to her. She rolled over and examined the art on the walls. Things she had drawn when she was a freshman in high school. Her old art was a little embarrassing to her, but it did serve as a nice reminder of how much she had improved. She would be starting college soon. She wondered if one day she would be embarrassed by whatever art she made in college too. For now, tomorrow would be her first day at work. She felt incredibly lucky to find a summer internship in her hometown. Apparently, they had been having a hard time finding recent high school graduates who were interested in social work. They told her it was the job that people were uninterested in, but Margot thought it might be that people wanted to leave town as soon as possible. Like she did. Her phone started buzzing. The text surprised her. She hadn't told anyone she was home yet. Lee. Hey, heard you're back in town. Want to hang out tomorrow? Respond now. Text back later. Let's be nice, sure. Margot considered whether or not she would respond. She was trying to make an effort to be more outgoing. It couldn't hurt to catch up with Lee, right? Margot? Lee! Sure, let's try to plan something tomorrow. I gotta head to bed now, though. Now that she had at least given him an explanation, it felt safe to go to sleep. June 8th. Monday morning. Even though she went to bed pretty early, Margot still felt exhausted when her alarm went off. She lay there for a while, staring at the ceiling, listening to the sound of the news on the television in the living room. After her snoozed alarm went off a second time, she heard her mother knock on the door and walk in. Margot turned to look at her. Are you up for work?
Yes.
Yes. Margot didn't really move from the bed. She doubted she was convincing. It's pretty hot out today. Over 10. Oh, fuck. What happened? I forgot how to read. What? It's pretty hot out today. Over 110.
Oh, in that case, could I get a ride to work?
Oh shit! This has voice acting. God damn. No, I'm rushing out the door as it is.
Okay.
Once her mother stepped back out, she sat up and started riffling around her dress's drawer for an outfit. She wondered what it would be like to walk to work. Margot's work wasn't too far from home, but the Arizona summer heat was oppressive. Hot air rippled off the asphalt in the distance. Margot imagined a scene from a Western movie. In the distance, a shape broke the pattern of ripples. There was some sort of heap in the middle of the road.
Huh?
Margot narrowed her eyes in an effort to get a better look. What was it? Was it Once she realized she was looking at an animal, she rushed forward. She had only seen a cat outside once before. She knew they wouldn't survive long in this weather. After leaning over to see that there weren't any injuries, Margot crouched down to see if the cat was still breathing. The cat's belly slowly rose and fell.
I hope I can move her without hurting her.
Margot knew at minimum that the cat needed to get out of the road and needed water. In the business near her new job, she remembered seeing a veterinarian office. Margot never had a pet before and wasn't sure how the veterinarian office worked. Would they accept walk-ins? She took off her jacket and swaddled the animal. Work. Margot hurried to work after dropping off the cat at the veterinarian. She was afraid her boss would think it was a lousy excuse for being late to her first day. Fortunately, she seemed to be understanding. The start of the day consisted of orientation for the new summer interns and being shown around the veterans' home. It was a retirement home for elderly and disabled military veterans. After lunch and meeting more of the staff, the day was almost over. Margot's new boss waved her over for a chat. I noticed your eyes during lunch. Do you have heterochromia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she has different colored eyes. Cool. Very pretty. Thank you. I don't think I've met anyone with heterochromia before. Well, anyway, you're moving to California for college soon? Yes, in August. What do your parents think about you moving so far from home? Oh, it's fine. You're pretty brave. I ended up staying in Arizona for college. I wasn't able to live that far away from my family when I was 18. Yeah, I've had a lot of friends say that. What do you think you'll study in school? Not sure yet. Well, I hope you'll enjoy working in the social services department here. I am happy to answer any questions about being a social worker. After talking a bit more about the veterans home and the residents, it was time for Margot to head. Fuck, why am I not able to read today? Okay, wake up. After talking a bit more about the veterans home and the residents, it was time for Margot to head out. After work. Just as Margot reached the doors in the lobby, she felt her phone vibrate. I'm still free if you are. Margot felt flustered. Hold on. Let me. Bitch. There you go. With everything that happened that morning, she completely forgot to text Lee. She started fumbling with her phone to type a quick response. Suddenly, she felt a bump, and her phone clattered to the ground.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there.
Shit, another voice actress. Nice.
It's okay. I shouldn't have been standing by the door.
The stranger crouched down to pick up Margot's phone. She handed it back to Margot with a smile. Don't worry about it. Have a good night. Margot quickly shook off the embarrassment and got back to texting. Meet up now, another time. Oh. Let's save. Fuck, let's do it now. Why not? Sorry, was really busy this morning and forgot. I can meet up now. Let's meet at the library. Library? It had been a while since she'd been to the library in her neighborhood. Sometimes Margot would meet up with her friends Nikki and walk around the desert, then stop at the library to have a snack. On weekends, she would sometimes come alone to read comics. Sitting there again felt nostalgic. Lee arrived a moment after she did. He looked exactly the same as she remembered. Hey, good to have you back in town. Margot smiled at him.
Thanks.
Thanks. He sat down next to her and pulled a pack of cigarettes from his pocket.
Huh?
I thought you quit. It's hard. I keep starting again when I get stressed. She nodded a little as he lit one. So, where have you been the past couple of years? There's a bunch of different rumors. It's like we were talking one day, then you drop off the face of the earth. There's a bunch of different rumors. Rumors?
What?
Huh? Wait, rumors? Like what? Lee laughed and rubbed his neck, unsure how to put it delicately for Margot. Just dumb stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, come on, let me know. I would rather hear it from you than someone else. Mostly stuff like you're some kind of delinquent now. That you dropped out, you're pregnant, you're a lesbian, all kinds of stuff.
Seriously?
Seriously? People are still saying that stuff? Why? Bored losers. There was yelling from the parking lot. Margot and Lee looked up to see what it was. Margot! Margot's mother had pulled up near them.
Huh?
Huh? Mom? I've been looking everywhere for you. Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, why? Okay. Margot turned to Lee and gave him an embarrassed smile. He shrugged and put out his cigarette on the bench. See you around. They both got up. Lee gave Margot a quick hug. Yeah, see you. In the car, Margot looked out the window. Margot's mother stared ahead at the road. I've been looking everywhere for you.
What?
What do you mean? You weren't at work. I thought you were busy. You didn't say you were going to pick me up. Well, I was off work earlier than I expected. June 9th. Tuesday morning. Margot abruptly woke up. Wait, what the fuck happened to the cat? Huh? It wasn't her alarm, but a phone call that jolted her awake.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Miss Silva? Oh, there you go. We have an update on the cat you brought in. She was severely dehydrated, but has made a full recovery. Oh, that's great. Were you able to find out if she has an owner? We didn't find a chip. Do I need to pick her up then? Margot didn't know what to do now. She couldn't keep a cat. Normally, yes, but we can't find her.
What?
What? Margot wondered if she was still asleep. We will still need you to come in to pay for her treatment. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Of course you need to pay, huh? You dumb? I mean, she's like 18. Yeah, okay, I can see. And she has never had a pet before. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, how did you lose her? Ma'am, either way, her medication costs money. Okay, I'll pay for it when you find her. Fair enough. That's a fair enough fucking answer. Margot hung up and rolled back over to sleep until her alarm went off. Then there was a knock at her door. Her mother walked in. Are you up for work? She would not be able to wait for her alarm. Yes. It's pretty hot out today, over 110. Margot pulled her sheet up further, as though she would be able to squeeze out a little more rest that way. Same as yesterday, huh? Do you want a ride? Sure.
Sure.
Sure, thanks. Alright, tell me when you're ready. Her mother sighed. What you mean, bro? Don't fucking offer a ride if you don't want to fucking... whatever. What a piece of shit, mom. You really need to learn how to drive. Then why in the fuck did you tell me if I wanted to drive? What? Bro, just fucking tell me. Hurry up. Just fucking leave. Go. Walk. Why you even give me a fucking choice then? Bro. Work. When Margot arrived at work, Erica sat her down for a quick meeting. I did some thinking last night on what I would like you to work on. I think it would be a good idea for you to help me organize the resident files. She gestured over to the filing cabinet, cartoonishly stuffed with files poking out of open drawers. Obviously, the information in them is confidential, but take a look at some of the documents. I think seeing some of these files will give you a better idea of what the residents are like. Then maybe you can spend some time with them.
Sure.
Sure, where do you want me to start? Erica said about showing Margot the files and what needed to be done. Once Margot got into the rhythm, Erica stepped out and left her alone in the office. Margot was glad it would be a quiet day. She realized she felt nervous about the prospect of talking to residents. What would they have to talk about? A knock at the door interrupted her thoughts.
Hey!
Excuse me.
Oh,
Oh. Margot looked up and put on a professional smile. How can I help you? I'm trying to find my grandma's room, 203. That's up on the second floor. Want me to show you? Yeah, sure. They walked to the elevator and rode to the second floor. Margot couldn't help looking at her. Where had they met before? Didn't we bump into each other yesterday? Margot realized she had been staring and quickly turned away. Yeah. Sorry about that. Don't sweat it. Did you start working here recently? I haven't seen you before. Yep, I started yesterday. I'm just here for the summer. Oh, cool. Well, I'm Planning on having lunch here? Want to sit together? Maybe. I'm gonna be passive aggressive? Well, sure, okay.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lunch. Margot wasn't sure if the girl was serious about her lunch invitation. Worst case, she figured she could sit by herself and do some drawing. After grabbing her tray, she looked around. There were various other visitors and staff scattered around. Sure enough, she saw the girl sitting at a table in the corner of the room. The girl looked up and waved at Margot. Margot walked over and sat across from her at the table.
Hey, Margot! I wasn't sure if you were gonna join me. I came by to visit my grandma by myself today, so I was kind of dreading having lunch alone. She usually likes to nap around noon.
That is something I never understood. Why do people fucking hate having lunch alone? Ain't that shit like normal? I actually sometimes quite fucking enjoy it. No? Just you looking fucking straight at someone's fucking eyes while they eat or some shit like that. No? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a fucking psychopath. Maybe.
Hey,
What's up?
what's your name?
Oh, sorry. I got ahead of myself.
The girl extended her hand out to Margot. They shook. Margot felt something like deja vu.
I'm back. I'm staying with my mom for the summer, so I'm trying to find people to hang out with.
I get that.
Oh yeah, you mentioned you're just here for the summer too. Yeah, I just graduated from high school. Now I'm just working until college starts. Me too. Well, I'm helping my mom with work. I don't know if that counts. Sure it does. So, your grandma lives here? What did she do in the military? She was in the Army Nurse Corps. She's pretty cool. They chatted for the rest of lunch. To Margot, Beck seemed so animated and excited to meet her. As they talked, Margot started to feel a little less afraid of being home. Margot knew she was asleep, but she still felt present, aware. Was this a lucid dream? She had read about them before, but she couldn't remember if she had ever had one before. She sat up in her bed. How funny. The first time she has a lucid dream, and it takes place in her bedroom. A girl sat at the foot of Margot's bed.
Listen,
She didn't recognize her.
I need your help.
My help? What's going on?
I am trapped. I'll show you how to help me.
Huh?
Why me?
What? June 10th. Wednesday morning. Margot woke up groggy. She wondered why she wondered why she rarely felt rested and wake up. Fuck! I'm not reading. I need to fucking read before talking. Like a stupid bitch. She wondered why she rarely felt rested and awake. Okay, in the morning. Maybe this time it had to do with that strange dream? She rolled onto her back and stretched out. Reaching out her hands, she felt something. Meow. What? She looked up to see a cat curled up in the corner of her bed. She was the same one from earlier in the week. The cat that the veterinarian somehow lost. How are you here? The cat stared back. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? From the expression on the cat's face, Margot half expected her to respond. But instead, Margot was left trying to fill in the blanks for how she ended up in her room. Her parents had a strict no-pet rule. She doubted her mother would have a sudden change of heart. I don't have a litter box or cat food. She didn't know anything about taking care of a cat. She reached out to stroke the cat's back. The cat bobbed along with her hand. But I can't just leave you outside again. Margot's mother started knocking on the door, startling both Margot and the cat. Margot turned to the door, feeling herself panicking. How would she explain this? The doorknob turned and her mother walked in. Are you awake? Margot tried sitting in front of the cat to buy herself time. Yes. Let me know when you're ready. Her mother turned and left. No reaction to the cat. Margot sat there, stunned and confused. There was no way just sitting up more actually hit the cat. She turned around to check on her. Nothing was there. Work. It was shaping up to be another quiet day at work. Margot sorted through the files and after a while found herself creating little stories about each resident. She noticed how much their examinations varied. Some residents seemed to only be limited by physical complications. Others struggled with drawing a clock or knowing what day it is. After a while, she went from imagining what each person was like to imagining what she would be like in old age. Is there any way to predict something like that? She didn't really know her grandparents or how they might have passed away, so she couldn't make any guesses based on that. It felt overwhelming. She shook her head, trying to clear her thoughts. She shouldn't think about this. She closed the file and stared ahead for a moment. In her back, there was a dull buzzing noise. She grabbed her phone and flipped it open. There was a text from Nikki. Why didn't you tell me you're back? I had to find out from Lee. I didn't know you still talk to him. Margot felt her stomach twist with guilt. Nikki was right to be mad. He briefly wondered when Nikki would have run into Lee. I'm sorry, it's been really busy. Getting ready for college and working. It's only gonna get busier. We gotta hang out now while we can. Aha, you're right. We could go to the mall this weekend. Have you been? Nope, it opened while I was gone. Cool, let's do that. Rather not. Sure, fuck it. Great, I'm excited. I'll see what day I'm free. What do you mean, what day? You just told me the fucking... Huh? Didn't she say on the weekend? Am I fucking stupid? Should I be read? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. After work, When Margot got home, she thought about her conversation with Nikki. She realized she hadn't really checked her messages, email, or anything since she got home. She had no idea if any old friends had been trying to reach her. She logged in and scrolled through some updates. A lot of it seemed to be about trips to beaches and lake house. Fuck my bad. To beaches and lake houses, dorm shopping with parents. She felt a small pang. When she glanced at her new message, there was a message request.
How?
She didn't recognize the name, but she couldn't help being curious. Helen, is your dad Victor Silva? I think we might be related. Margot reread the message. Then her gaze shifted to the name and image. She kept trying to figure out who this woman could be, if anything about her was familiar. Nothing came up. Maybe she could ask her mother? She wanted to get something from the kitchen anyway. In the living room, her mother was on the couch. Her mother anxiously leaned forward in her seat as she watched a show on the television. It was a VHS recording her mother made of a soap opera episode.
Mom?
Mom? I have a quick question. Her mother waved her hands at Margot and paused the show. You know I'm watching my show. It only takes 45 minutes, for fucking God's sake. She hit play again, signaling that the conversation was over. Margot continued to the kitchen. What a fucked up mom. What a fucked up life. Feeling pretty tired, she put together a sandwich. She carefully inspected the bread, making sure ants hadn't got into it yet. After eating in the kitchen, why? Just fucking sit down at the table now, or just fucking go back to your room? No? Sure. After eating in the kitchen, she quickly washed up the dishes and went back to her room. Thinking about the message, the cat, the text with Nikki, Margot started drifting off to sleep. She heard a loud sigh in the kitchen sink running as her mother rewatched the dishes. Bro, what a piece of shit, mom. I mean, I feel you, but at the same time, it's not her fucking fault. Like, what the fuck? Why you gotta be so fucking rude? Wait, what the fuck? Hold on a sec. Oh, yeah. Thursday morning. Tuesday. Margot, hurry up! Come to the living room. Margot instantly woke up at the sound of her mother's voice. What's going on? I need to tell you something very important. Okay? Sure. Margot threw her clothing on as quickly as possible, wondering what could be so urgent. Wait, is she not taking a fucking shower every single fucking morning? What? Wait, what kind of degenerate fucking life you're living, lady? She rushed out of her room. What is it? I won't be here tonight, so be sure to lock up and turn off stove before you go to bed. Okay, what's up? You don't need to worry about that. Sure. Kinda rude, again. Before work, while walking to the veteran's home, Margot wondered where her mother could be going that night. Her mother had never spent the night out before. Her parents didn't really have friends they'd visit. What if she had started dating? But it had only been a couple of months. She needed to stop thinking about that stuff anyway. She noticed a bush down the road rustling. There had been construction lately, and Margot didn't want to find out if there were scorpions around. She quickened her pace, and she passed the house. As she passed the house, she heard a noise, a faint meow. She turned around and saw a familiar friend in the middle of the sidewalk.
Hey,
You're everywhere, aren't you? what a cunty fucking cat. The cat came up closer to her. Margot kneeled down to scratch her head. You keep running off. Do you live around here? The cat stared. Maybe I shouldn't expect a response from a cat. Margot stood back up.
bye.
I'll see you later. I need to get to work. The cat laid down in the middle of the sidewalk, staring at Margot as she walked away. Work. Margot looked out the window. It looked a little overcast, so Margot decided to go for a walk during her lunch break. Out in the surrounding neighborhood, there was an abundance of oleander bushes in front of the homes. Fuck. Oh, there's something in my throat. My bad. Oleander bushes in front of the homes. She remembered when she was little and being cautioned about how dangerous the plant was. There was so much from her childhood she couldn't remember. The most random of bits and details would occasionally resurface. She had forgotten the faces of any of her old friends, but she remembered begging her mom to let her cross the street when walking to her bus stop, so that she could avoid even accidentally touching Olander. She briefly thought about the weird things happening since she got home. That girl in her dream, the cat that seemed to disappear and reappear out of nowhere. Margot's phone started vibrating in her pocket. Margot pulled out her phone. Beck. Oh yeah, the blonde girl. Hey, are you free after work today? I think so. What up? Would you hang out at the park or something? I mean, got nothing else to do, sure, fuck it. Sure, I'll let you know when I'm finished work. Great, see you then. With another activity planned and a potential new friend, Margot was happy that the week seemed to be turning around. After work, Margot sat down in the lobby and texted back that she was already fucking street. Margot sat down in the lobby and texted back that she was ready to head out. I'll be there soon. Margot briefly wondered if Beck might not show up at all. Why did she think that? After a while, her phone buzzed again. In the parking lot, convertible. Oh, she has a fucking car. Okay. Margot quickly picked up her bag and headed outside. Beck was parked in the spot near the entrance. When Margot spotted her, she started waving her over. Margot walked over and got in the passenger's seat. There was a little older and dusty, but cozy with just 2 seats. It was. Fuck. Seeing Beck's car reminded Margot that she dreamed of getting her own convertible if she ever got a driver's license. She felt a little jealous.
Hey,
Hey, ready to go? Beck flashed a big grin at Margot. She looked at Beck, examined her own reflection in her sunglasses. Feeling a little sweaty and tired from her workday, she felt out of place in what she considered her dream car. Noticing her expression, Beck took off her sunglasses. Beck took off her sunglasses and gave Margot a curious look. Everything okay? Oh, sorry, I realized I'm a little tired. I'm ready. All right. After driving for a bit, Margot noticed they weren't in her neighborhood anymore. She had assumed they were going to the park down the street. Have you been to the Colorado River? What the fuck? They're gonna take a fucking long ass trip, huh?
Yeah?
Yeah? Why? I figured we could hang out there. Beats looking at the dead grass at the park here. Sure, as long as we're not actually going in the river. Beck laughed. No, I would have warned you to bring a swimsuit in that case. Once they were out of the residential area, Beck turned on the radio. It was set to the only classic rock station that reached their town. Did you grow up here? Yeah, I only left for a couple of years for school.
Cool.
Oh, cool. I lived here when I was a little kid, but then my parents started moving around a lot. My mom moved back to be closer to my grandma. I guess now that I'm going off to college, she wants to be around her. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of surprised by how much it feels the same as I remember. Wow, I'm impressed you remember all of that from when you were little. I only remember bits and pieces. I have a pretty good memory. Since you were gone for a while, does it feel any different being home? Busy in a good way. Yeah. It's been busier than I expected, in a good way. My friends have been reaching out and I'm enjoying my internship so far. Beck nodded. And I wasn't expecting to make a new friend. Yeah, I'm not excited to get to know you just yet. Like, I'm still a bit worried. Like, you're fucking like a random girl that I just met. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to make a new friend. And I already made a new friend. Wasn't expecting that. Beck smiled. Me too. Maybe I was too worried about moving. Normally I'm pretty shy, I think. They parked at the nature reserve and picked a well-worn trail near the water. I forgot there were nature areas like this. It's all desert in town, you know? Yeah, I really liked it out here. By the way, are you not much of a swimmer? Why you ask? Beck smiled lightly. You seemed worried about it earlier. Margot felt embarrassed. I am not a strong swimmer. Beck laughed and patted her head on the back. If you fall in, I'll save you, okay? Oh, there's gonna be a point in the game where she's gonna be drowning. This bitch is gonna fucking save her. Despite getting teased, Margot did feel reassured. They walked for a bit with Beck stopping at each new sign about the local flora. Her face seemed to light up as she eagerly looked around to find each plant. She crouched down, closely examining a cluster of flowers. Margot, look at this one. Margot crouched down beside her. It was an unfamiliar white and purple flower. Is it another kind of paintbrush flower? Nope, this is a pretty rare one. An Arizona passion flower. Like passion fruit? Yep. I'm surprised this is here. It only grows in a different part of the state. What do you mean? Huh? I wonder how it got here. Oh, only the plant knows. I wish I brought a camera or something. I could draw it? Really? Holy fuck, okay, she's really good. What? Margot took out her sketchbook and made a quick gestural drawing. That is not quick. That took like fucking 30 minutes. at least. Beck watched. I can't believe you can just do that. Margot smiled. After a bit, they emerged from a grown over area to a more curated park with a snack stand. The area was pretty packed. Most of the seating seemed to be taken, and the stand had a long line. Margot suddenly felt aware of how late it was getting and wondered if her mother would be upset if she came home late. I'll get us something. You know what? Sure, I'll buy you something. Don't worry about it. I can go to the snack stand. Okay. Beck rummaged through her pockets for cash. I can get it, since you drove us here. Beck seemed a little surprised. Oh, sure. I'll find somewhere to sit then. After getting a few things, Margot sat down with Beck under one of the ramadas. Wait, she didn't even ask her, like, what you want? Do you want a drink? Do you want to fucking, I don't know. No? Really? You don't ask? That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of real fucked up. Beck looked down at the soda in front of her. I don't want you to feel like you owe me for the ride. I don't. I just wanted to do something nice. Oh, thank you. Beck glanced at Margot's bag. Can I look at your sketchbook? Sure. Margot pulled it out of her bag and held it out to Beck. How about... She got up and came to the other side of the table, sitting down next to Margot. Maybe it's better if you show me your sketchbook, like a guided tour. Sure. Oh, she's gay. Oh, she's falling in love. Oh, beautiful, beautiful teenage love. Beck watched as Margot flipped through her sketchbook.
Do you want to be an artist?
I think so. Maybe I could do comics or something.
That would be so cool. What kind of comics?
Probably something supernatural. Ghost and stuff.
It felt so easy to spend the afternoon with Beck. Margot wondered if Beck might think Margot was being too friendly with her. After a bit more exploring, they headed back to the car. Evening. The night air during the drive felt refreshing after spending the afternoon in the sun. An interview with a band played on the radio. When they got closer to Margot's neighborhood, the familiar sights made her snap back to reality.
Beck?
Margot? Can we park at the shopping center and walk to my place? No problem. The neighborhood felt completely still. It felt like the only noise was their footsteps. Margot looked at Beck. She seemed deep in thought. What she's thinking? She's fucking probably tired. Never mind. Hey, yo, what you thinking? What's on your mind? Beck was looking up at the sky. The stars aren't like this in the rest of the country. Margot looked up as well. She hadn't noticed before, but the sky was bright with stars. She wondered how it would compare to the sky over her future school. You haven't lived in another state before, right? Nope, my private school wasn't that far away. Do you think you'll miss Arizona when you move? I don't know yet. I'll miss my friends, but I can text them. You probably have a boyfriend, right? Would you have to do long distance? Margot blushed. Why did she feel nervous about Beck asking her that? Because you're gay, girl. You like her. You gay. I don't. Really? What did you say? I was too busy with school. What about you? Fucking deflect the conversation from me to you. Fucking Uno reverse car. Yeah, it didn't work out. What about you? Do you have a boyfriend? That's not really my thing. Dating? There was a loud jowl and a hiss at their feet. Beck left away. She's also gay. Shit, go away. She scrambled to scare away the cat in front of them. Beck's efforts were rewarded with more hissing. Oh, that's my new friend. No, I hate it. She kept waving her hands at the cat and almost getting scratched. Hey, I think if you just relax, she'll stop. Beck seemed to be near tears. Make it go away. Oh, she's one of them people with phobias to cats. Margot kneeled down next to the cat. She couldn't stand by while both Beck and the cat were getting more and more agitated. Hey, you! The cat leaned in to rub her face on Margot's hand, but still growling. I need you to be nice to Beck, okay? Margot picked her up and scurried to the other side of the road to plop her on the sidewalk there. The cat sat down and rolled onto her side, staring at them. Margot returned to Beck, who was breathing deeply. I think we're safe now. I barely believe you. They walked another block with no cat in sight, and Beck eased up. Well, I'm sorry for ending the night on that note. It's fine. Oh, I thought of something. Do you like museums? I love museums. There are some local ones we could go to, check out some pioneering tools, that sort of thing. Margot smiled at her. I would like that. Beck stopped for a moment. She looked at Margot with a nervous expression. She glanced down.
Can I ask you something?
Sure?
Can
Can
I hold your hand?
Huh? Uh, uh, I, oh, I guess. Margot wanted to be excited. Oh no. But Margot looked around. Oh, I hope I didn't assume too much. Margot looked back at her. No, it's not that. They were at the end of her block, close enough to see her home. She noticed the lights were off and remembered her mother was out for the night. But what if her mother was home after all? Margot remembered the couple of times friends did come near the trailer. Afterwards, her mother would scold her about the culture shock of seeing it. Or start asking who they were and if Margot was trying to sneak them into her room. What if her mother was home but kept the lights off? It wouldn't have been the first time. Bro, I'd rather be cautious. I'm gonna be like, look, I would love to do it, but my mom is kind of difficult with that sort of thing, so maybe if we could walk that way for like 5 minutes until we can no longer see the fucking house and then hold hands. Like, I don't know, we can work around it. It wouldn't have been the first time. What the fuck did I just... Oh no. What did I... Fuck. It wouldn't have been the first time. You know what? Yeah, fuck it, Jola. My mom's a bitch either way, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Beck took Margot's hand and smiled. I really should have asked earlier. Margot blushed and lightly squeezed Beck's hand. Her hand felt much more delicate than Margot expected. Eventually, they reached Margot's. So, this is your place? Margot wasn't sure that Beck would think. What Beck would think, seeing that Margot lived in a trailer. Yeah, sorry for making us walk. It's fine, I get it. You're embarrassed of me. Oh, bro, we just fucking met. Like, okay, hold on. Slow down, lady, okay? Just fucking slow down. That's like the number one reason most fucking relationships just fucking fail miserably. Because of rushing. You don't need to rush. You can be fucking just, you know, patient. Take your time. You don't need to fucking jump the gun, you know what I mean? No, it's nothing like that. I forgot my mom wasn't home. Beck laughed. You know that sounds worse, right? Margot cringed, making Beck laugh some more. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Beck let go of Margot's hand to hop the brick fence in front of her home. I hope she fucking felt that. Okay. They paused for a moment on the front porch. Thanks for walking me home, even if it wasn't necessary. And thanks for saving me from wild animals. Beck stood there for a bit, looking at Margot. She felt like Beck was scrutinizing her expression, deciding what to do next. Alright, I'll say goodbye. This was really nice. I thought so too. Text me when you get home? Of course. After a moment, she left the porch, hopped over the fence and walked off into the night. Margot stood outside, watching her walk away. When she was out of sight, Margot walked inside and locked the sliding glass door. She felt a sudden jolt of fear. What if her mother was home? It was already a huge risk just talking to Becky on the porch, let alone, what if her mother saw? But it remained quiet inside. Her stomach growled. She forgot about having dinner. Realizing how hungry she was, she went to the kitchen to see if there was anything quick she could make. When she opened the cabinets, they were all empty. She checked the pantry for paper plates, but couldn't find any. Margot sighed to herself. She turned the lights back off and stood in front of the glass door. She looked at the stars in the sky, thinking about the sensation of Beck's fingers interlaced with hers. June 12th, Friday morning. When Margot checked the living room in the morning, her mother wasn't there. The dishes were still hidden away. Unsure what to do for breakfast, Margot decided that she could get something on the way to work. All morning, Margot had been sorting files. The process already felt automatic to her. Margot kept rereading the text from Beck. Got home safe? Wish we could have stayed out longer. Later. Couldn't Beck talk to anyone she wanted? Why Margot? Erika walked into the office as Margot finished up the last file for her current stack. Margot, would you be interested in meeting some of the residents?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. This floor has some great folks. It's mostly people who chose to live here because of health problems. Oh, I see. They spent some time walking around, Erika introducing some of the residents. There were 2 women who were medics in World War II, some men playing card games. Margot made a mental note of the information about everyone. After a while, they returned to the office. Margot continued sifting through paperwork and noticed her phone buzzing. Hey, sorry it's been a while. Want to see a movie tonight? I don't think I can tonight. Or maybe? I mean, I probably have to go, like, meet up with my mom. No? Like, why don't I just fucking call my mom? Huh? I just, hey, what up, mom? I'm gonna go watch a movie with a guy. Okay, no, that sounds bad. That sounds bad. What the fuck do I do? Do I say yes? Do I say no? Gosh, this is when I fucking would love to have a fucking audience to make those choices for me. You know what? Sure, fuck it. Let's ruin our relationship with our mom. Yeah. I was bummed we couldn't catch up more at the library. Yeah, me too. Okay, meet me there tonight. Cool. After work. Margot stood in the theater lobby, shifting her weight from one foot to the other. It looked like she arrived before he did. Where was he? She scanned the room, slowly becoming more and more stressed about being there alone. Margot! Hey! Margot turned around, surprised to hear Jade's voice. They had class together before Margot had left. She forgot Jade worked at the movie theater. Hey, how are you? I'm great. Jade pointed at her badge. I'm a manager now. Whoa, congrats. Yeah, kind of a shame I have to quit when I go to college. Speaking of, I thought you already left. Sort of. I'm working here for the summer. Oh, cool. Where? The Veterans Home. I heard it was hard to get a job there. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Well, it's through a state program. Before Margot could tell Jade more, she heard someone else call her name. Early as always, Margot. I think you might just be late. Lee rolled his eyes, his hand reaching in his pocket for his wallet. Jade, can I get 2 tickets for Evening at the Zoo too? Evening at the Zoo? Yeah, 2. Please? I don't have anyone else to see this movie with. Margot sighed, defeated. Lee was not great at accepting no as an answer. That is kinda a fucked up statement, characteristic for someone. They went into the theater room. It was empty. The movie had already been out for a while. Lee picked 2 seats in the center near the back of the theater. As Margot sat down, Lee stretched his arms out. Of course, his hand came to rest on Margot's shoulder. They sat in silence for a while as the movie played. Lee seemed to be thinking about something, rather than paying attention to the movie. He cleared his throat. Did your dad die? Margot immediately felt her heart racing. She wasn't ready for that kind of conversation. What? Why in the fuck are you doing it at the movies? Are you fucking stupid? You fucking stupid, where did you hear that? Around town. Margot shifted in her seat. You used to call me and talk about that stuff before you disappeared. She stared ahead at the movie. How do you feel? I don't know. Margot turned to look at Lee. For a moment, they stared at each other. Margot studied his face, trying to understand how he felt. Then he started laughing. I never liked that guy anyway. Margot frowned. What the fuck? Moving her shoulder to shake his hand off. Come on, Margot. I'm not being mean. I want to know if you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Her voice was tense. Why don't we watch the movie? We're the only ones here. It doesn't matter if we talk. They both went silent. I think what I missed the most about having you around is that you always held me accountable. What are you talking about? Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You're the only person who ever said I could live here. Get a nursing degree or something. He moved his arm from behind Margot to his chair rest. You're the only girl who will tell me to shut up. He nervously drummed his fingers. I don't know what I'm getting at. His hand moved to Margot's knee. Oh? Oh? The fucking face. Oh? He started to move further up her leg. She pushed his arm away. What's wrong? Would you quit? He turned away and folded his arms. Oh no, ain't no way fucking little bro is throwing a tantrum. What the fuck? Nah, hell no. They were silent again. Fine. Whatever. I'm going to have a smoke. Bro, it's not even 10 minutes into the fucking movie. He got up. Margot watched him walk down the aisle and to the exit. She turned back to the screen. What could she do? She felt the anxiety build up again. Watching the movie wasn't going to help. She pulled out her phone for distraction. After a while, she started to wonder if he was coming back. She didn't care about the movie anyway. She should probably head home, right? Margot got up, retracing Lee's steps out of the room and into the hallway. In the hall, she could hear someone muttering to themselves. Did I go the wrong way? Beck stood by a wall, looking at her ticket. Beck? She looked up and smiled. Oh, hey! Beck gave Margot a coy smile. Out on a date? Margot grimaced.
Well,
Her stomach twisted. Yeah. Beck's smile disappeared. Oh nah. You already fucking cheated on me? Oh nah. You fucking home wrecker. Oh, sorry, I'm being noisy. I should let you get to your movie. Beck gave Margot a curious look. Is something wrong? You seem kind of stressed out. Margot waved her hand. I'm just trying to find my friend that I came here with. That doesn't sound good. Do you need a ride home or something? I'll be fine. I don't want to impose or anything. Hey, don't worry about it. She looked down at her ticket. I'm not excited about this movie anyway. I just didn't feel like being at home. Which movie is it? Evening at the Zoo too? That's not good. Dang. Since you're an artist, I should probably trust your opinion. I guess it's too highbrow for me. Well, in any case, definitely let me know if you need a ride. Margot nodded. They parted ways as Beck went into the theater room and Margot went into the lobby. Jade was still at the ticket counter, but no one else was around. Jade noticed Margot and waved her over. Hey, did you get my text?
huh?
Text. Margot pulled out her phone to check. Nothing from Jade. Or Lee. Guess not. Yeah. I saw Lee earlier. I think I heard him arguing with someone. Then he told me how pissed he was and that he was going home. Margot sighed. Seriously? Yep. My shift ends in a bit if you want to ride home. Jade smiled weakly at Margot. I don't want to, bother you. I'm just gonna fucking go back to the movie and ask my friend.
No,
Nah, I have one lined up. Thanks though. No problem. We should hang out sometimes. Yeah. Evening. Want me to park down the block again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom is home. They walked for a bit. Can I be noisy? Margot fiddled with her hair. Sure. What happened with you and your friend? I think I pissed him off. Do you want to talk about it? I don't want to bother you. You're not. Okay. Margot sighed. He's an ex from high school. He was being weird, so I told him to stop. So, is he normally like that? Yeah. Why hang out with him then? Till we thought we could be friends. Nah, he's fucking full on in the friend zone. Thought we could be friends. I guess I hoped I could still be friends with him. He helped me with some stuff in the past, so I know he's not all bad. But I don't know. I feel stupid. There's nothing wrong with trying to see the best in people. You think so? Yeah, that's very admirable. Margot smiled. Beck smiled back. She nervously rubbed her neck. Who is she? Margot? Margot rubbed Beck's neck? Her own neck? Beck, I am a little relieved. About what? Oh, that you're just friends with that guy. So... oh, she wants a smooch. Beck's head turned, her attention on something else. Huh? Oh, the fucking cat. Margot looked in the same direction, at her home. The window blinds were shifting around. Is that your mom? Yeah. Beck nodded. I'll head back then. As soon as Margot entered the front yard, her mother slipped open the porch door. Getting here, it's late. Margot looked down the block, watching Beck turn the corner and disappear. So, who's that? Your new little friend? Margot went to her bedroom. Fine then. I mean, you could just fucking talk to her now. Like, communication is key, ladies. June 13. I think, maybe. Hold on. June 13, yeah. Fuck, hold on. June 13, morning. It's a Saturday, no? Margot finally had a morning where she woke up feeling rested and ready for the day. She quickly threw on some clothing and went to the kitchen for a breakfast. Bro, why are you not taking a shower even at night, huh? You must be fucking stinky. Like... some dead-ass tank coming off of you. She quickly threw on some clothing and went to the kitchen for breakfast. However, in her good mood, she forgot the dishes were gone. After trying every cabinet, she realized she would need to ask her mother. Margot walked to her room. She hesitated at the door. She wasn't sure if her mother was still home or awake yet. One of those makes it easier to find dishes, she thought. Margot knocked at the door.
Mom?
What is it? Her mother shouted from the other side of the door. Where are the dishes? You need to use a paper plate. I'm tired of washing dishes. We don't have any paper plates. Yes, we do. Where? What do you need? A bowl and a spoon, I guess? There was some rummaging, then the door cracked open. Her mother held out a paper bowl and a plastic spoon. Here. She shook them at Margot. Take it. I'm going back to bed. Stand up. Yeah, what the fuck, Mom? Anger boiled up inside of Margot. Are you serious? You expect me to use paper plates and you're hiding them in your room? You use too many. What about the dishes? I wash them after I use them. You don't wash them right. Margot felt like crying. What is your problem? I lived by myself when I was at school, you know? I even have a job. Well, you live with me now, and if you want to continue living here, you need to do things my way. Margot took the bowl and spoon. Her mother shut the door. Margot wanted to stomp, to scream. As she walked away, she looked down at the ground beneath her. It was just a wooden board, covering a sunken spot in the floor. She couldn't stomp, anyway. She couldn't do anything. She kept thinking about how different things were just a month ago in her private school. How different they will be a couple of months from now. She just had to wait it out. Margot shook her head. She needed to distract herself. She needed to focus on getting ready for work and leaving. If she just stayed focused. Outside. Walking to work, Margot noticed the streets were particularly empty. She got to work just to be faced with an empty parking lot. No one was there. She checked her phone. It was Saturday. She had gotten up early and fought for a bowl, and she didn't even have to work that day. Looking around at the empty lot, she felt drained. She thought about what to do. She was already dressed and outside. She didn't take a shower though. Maybe do that. No. So she headed to the park. Maybe some time alone would be nice. Park. Margot phoned. Fuck. What is wrong with me today? Margot phoned. Fuck. How do you say that word now? Oh my god, no. It fucking happened. I'm so tired that my fucking mind just forgot how to pronounce a normal word. Oh no. Margot found? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's how you say it. Margot found an empty spot to sit at the park. She pulled out her sketchbook and flipped to an empty page. It felt a little bit like she was in elementary school again. Sitting at recess, hoping someone would come join her, she looked out over the landscape, trying to think of what to draw. Next to her, there was some clattering. The cat had jumped up on the bench.
Hey.
Hey, friend. Margot reached out to pet her, but the cat dodged her hand. She hopped down and started circling the bench, pausing to stare at Margot. Something about the cat's expression unnerved Margot. It felt like a person was staring at her. Do you need something? She continued to run a few feet away, paused to look at Margot, then came back. Do you want me to follow you? Margot started packing her bag and got up. The cat immediately ran ahead. Margot followed. They left the park, going further and further into the desert. After a while, Margot started to worry, looking around for scorpions and snakes. In the distance, a bit ahead of them, she saw something. As they kept approaching, she started to make out what it was. The cat stopped beside it, looking at her expectantly. Well, it looked like an old, rusted car from the 80s or 90s. On the exterior body, Margot could see holes in it. She wondered if they were bullet holes. The cat pawed at the door. Did the cat want her to open the door? Do you have kittens in there or something? It looked so rusty. Margot was skeptical it could be opened. Margot thought of her dream. I will show you how to help me. Margot shook her head. What could be the harm? The cat was frantic, circling around Margot and rubbing on her legs. All right. Open it? I mean, there's only one fucking choice. Something, maybe morbid curiosity, compelled her. She grabbed the handle and tried to force it open. It was stuck, as expected. She put more force into it, bracing a leg against the side of the car. Eventually, it opened, sending Margot toppling to the ground. Oh. She got up and brushed herself off. The cat had already jumped into the car and was nudging at something. Margot got closer and leaned into the car. A large leather-bound Bible lay in the driver's seat. The cat was desperately pawing at it and meowing. At first, it looked like a normal Bible. Margot picked it up and looked at it at the first page. Hold on. The Holy Bible. Scientis something. Eritis Siccus Deus Scientis Bonum et Malum was written in careful flowing script. A large, unusual symbol was drawn over the remainder of the page. It was a hexagram with details that Margot couldn't quite make out. She started flipping through it. In the margins, there were handwritten notes. The notes didn't look like they were about the Bible passages at all. Instead, the writing was strange. Origins of the world, recipes for things she didn't understand, instructions on how to deal with creatures she've never heard of before. It felt terrifying. It reminded her of some of the books in her father's shed. Oh no. Her dad is in a cult. Oh no. After flipping for a few pages, the cat jowled. Margot stopped and looked at the notes on the page.
To understand the voice of an animal, must be bitten by the animal, placed blood on a music box, and...
The blood of who? Yours? The animals? Huh?
While the music plays, the animal will be able to speak if they wish to?
She muttered the instructions to herself, looking between the page and the cat.
Huh?
Is this real? Oh. The cat stared at her. This has to be a coincidence. There can't be a cat showing me how to make animals talk. I'm trapped. Could it be related? It seemed too supernatural. Even when she was a kid, she was really into the supernatural. Her favorite childhood movies usually involved ghosts, monsters, vampires. She vaguely remembered having a friend who was convinced that Margot was a vampire. At the time, Margot really wanted to believe they were right. It meant that she could have a bigger, more interesting life outside of her trailer. She could be wished away on some grand adventure. She felt embarrassed thinking about that time. Was she really so gullible? Reading the notes in the book, why did she so desperately want everything in front of her to be real? She stared into the cat's eyes. What if she was just asleep, her head down on the park table, having another lucid dream? What would it mean for her? If this was real, would it give purpose to her life? Evening. Did you pick up the book, lady? God damn. You gotta love me some water. Margot's bedroom was getting dimmer. She didn't realize how long she had been laying in bed. Her phone buzzed. She picked it up and rolled onto her back, holding the screen over her face. Nikki, is tomorrow good for the mall? Sure. What time? Around 12? Okay. Nikki used to be notoriously late all the time to everything. Margot wondered if her habits had changed and when she should actually expect Nikki to arrive. She put her phone down and rolled back onto her stomach, continuing to read through the notes in the book. Fuck, my bad. June 14, Sunday afternoon. Nikki hadn't changed. It had been over an hour since Nikki said she was on her way. She lived within walking distance and Margot started to regret not meeting at her place. Margot texted, but Nikki hadn't responded. She considered the logistics. What if she started walking now? She tried sketching, but still felt impatient. She thought about going back inside, but didn't want to interrupt her mother watching soap operas. After a while, Nikki pulled up. Nikki's car was a worn cream color with slightly torn seats. It always seemed to smell like burning rubber. Nikki pushed aside some old fast food trash from the passenger seat. Margot hopped in.
Hey!
Nikki, good to see you. Yeah, same to you. They both leaned over to hug. I don't think you'll be impressed with the mall. Why is that? Honestly, it's kind of small. And you can't go by yourself unless you're over 16.
Seriously?
Seriously? Yeah, they check IDs and everything. I had to go with my sister when it first opened. Speaking of, do you have your ID with you? Margot double-checked her bag. Yep, I do. Mall. It was quiet, but all the stores were open. When Margot looked around, the only other people she saw were employees and elderly couples. I think Sunday morning at the mall is for all people exercise. As long as you're over 16, right? They went into a department store. Nikki was eager to start trying things on. Margot went to look at jeans. Want me to help you find something? Is your size even in this section? Okay, that's kind of rude. I'm good, I found some things over here. After hearing Nikki's question, Margot became more and more focused on the thought of her size. It seemed like the more she thought about it, the more her clothing options dwindled. It was hard to find something. Yeah, that's kind of a bitch move, huh? Good court. After some more meandering, they decided to sit down and grab something to eat. They grabbed a small table behind some plants. I'm not sure what to do next. Move out of my parents, sure, but I guess community college? Do you still want to be a teacher? I think so. But whatever, I still have time to think about it. I have some friends in Phoenix who have been talking about renting an apartment together. Oh, cool. Do you know where you're going to live? Not yet. A dorm? Any roommates? I still need to figure that out. I think there is a website for finding a roommate, but I would rather just not have one. The mall was starting to fill up. Have you hung out with anyone since you've been back? Well, besides your dirtbag ex, you sure fucking. Why would I ask about the fucking cat to her? Huh? Well, I made a new friend at work. She used to live here, but I guess her mom moved away and then back. Would I know her? I don't know, would you? Her name is Beck. Beck, like short for Rebecca? I don't know, I think so. What does she look like? Tall and thin, bleached hair. Oh, that doesn't really narrow it down. Oh, I have a contact photo on my phone. Want to see that? Margot pulled out her phone and flipped to Beck's contact info to open the image. Nikki inspected it for a moment. She looks like a model. Like a suicide girl, huh? Are you hanging out with a suicide girl? Not that I know of. Huh. I don't think I know her. Do you know what school she went to? Nope. They went quiet for a moment as she started digging into their food. What do you want to talk about? Sure, the fucking cat. You still have a lot of pets, right? Yeah. Do you know much about cats? Of course. I found this weird cat the other day. All cats are weird. This one seems to follow me around a lot. And I think sometimes she gets into my room. Isn't there still a hole in your floor? Yeah. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that actually makes a fuck ton of sense, huh? Why didn't you think about that before, huh? Maybe she had kittens under your place? Yeah, I thought about that. Margot thought about how to word out the next part. Nikki used to go to church a lot, and what happened still felt like a wild dream. I feel like she's trying to show me something. Probably the kittens. I mean, like, do cats, like, collecting stuff? Do they bury their toys? No. You're thinking of dogs. Oh. I think this cat is doing that. It's probably been around a lot of dogs then. Evening. Margot stood in front of her mirror, looking at the jeans she purchased earlier in the day. She fucking purchased a pair of jeans? What the fuck? Why? Did you need them? The mirror had a large crack in it, so Margot had to shift around a bit. She had a pile of shirts sitting on her bed to see what went with which jeans. Looking at the mirror, she thought about her conversation earlier with Nikki. She decided to text back. Hey, what school did you go to when you lived here? What if we were in class together, lol? We were. We were? In kindergarten. Oh? Oh? We used to play together all the time. We did? Wait, seriously? Yeah, we were dating. Oh no, she gay. I thought you were a vampire. Oh, so it was Beck who thought she was a vampire. And she vaguely remembered kissing someone on the bus. Sorry I didn't mention it sooner. I figured you didn't remember or recognize me. My name is different and I'm not a 5-year-old boy anymore. Oh? Oh, she's trans. Oh? Damn. I don't blame you, but I wasn't sure how to bring it up. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's pretty cool that we're friends again. I remember fucking the vampire. I'm not gonna tell her, yeah, I fucking kissed you. No, that's kind of awkward. I remember you kept asking me to bite you. Okay, that's that's arguably worse. Wasn't your favorite movie Interview with a Vampire? I wanted to live forever. That movie is not for kids. I was a very sophisticated child. We did touch scrapped knees one time. I haven't died yet, so maybe that worked? I guess you were right about me. I feel like I've been thinking about when I was a kid. Maybe because you're going to college soon to be an adult? That does make sense. June 15. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's like 11:54. Yeah, I need to fucking go to sleep. I'm gonna read the morning and then I'm gonna fucking leave it at that. Monday morning. Margot's alarm hadn't gone off yet, but she felt awake. She tried to move to check her phone, but something was on top of her. The cat was back in her room, sprawled out in her chest. She thought about what Nikki suggested. Was the cat living under her floor? Margot turned her head to look at the gap between the intact floor and the slab of wood covering the hole in her room. Wait, have I ever played this game? Oh, that is a big ass deja vu. What the fuck? Have I? I don't remember this game. Maybe I have. I don't know. Margot had always been afraid of it, thinking that cockroaches would crawl in. In comparison, a cat was much better. And you never fucking, like, patched it? Or put a fucking, I don't know, a book over it? A tape, something? Oh? What the fuck? What a weird girl. Margot remembered the book. She glanced down at the cat, still laying on her. Are you here to remind me? The cat stared back. What if the cat really was that girl from her dreams? What if she really did need help? Margot thought of the passage in the book. If she could find a music box, she could see what would happen. The music box and her blood. She was stuck on the idea of her blood being involved in the mix. She didn't know if she was sick or not. She didn't know how to get tested. Oh, for what? Do you have a, lady, do you have an STI? Oh? What? Margot continued to lay on her back, staring up at the ceiling. In the other room, she could hear her mother watching the news. It sounded like something about a string of grave robberies. Did that actually still happen? Apparently, people in town were worried that it was for a satanic cult. Margot thought about the other things she would hear about on the news, like stories about UFOs in Phoenix. Maybe it's just people who want the world to be a more exciting place. Was she any different from them? Margot absent-mindedly pet the cat. What if you can't really talk? What would you say? After a while, there was a familiar knock at her door. The cat jumped off her bed and disappeared before Margot's mother opened the door. Are you up from work?
Yes.
For work? Yep. I can't drive you today. Okay. You really need to learn how to drive. Bro, it's like 10 minutes walking. What the fuck you want me to learn to drive for? How? Ask one of your little friends. She left the room. Margot got up and got ready. She realized that she needed to ask her mother for help with getting the music box. In the living room, Margot's mother was in front of the television.
Mom?
Mom? Do we have a music box? Why? I read an article about them recently. Oh. Do we have a music box? Check Danny's pawn shop. Who's Danny? There were only a couple of pawn shops around, so Margot figured she could find out which one that was. She went to the door, ready to head out. Why not have your little friend in the convertible teach you how to drive? That is actually not a bad idea. What? I mean, she has a point. Right now, you don't need to drive, but maybe later it could be a good thing to learn how to drive. No? Okay. Margot left. Okay, I'm gonna fucking leave it here because it's fucking late. Oh, so far, it seems like a nice story. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Like the art style. I wouldn't exactly call it a fucking, like, horror game. And it is really fucking long for a demo. It's like what? Been playing for an hour and a half, 2 hours? Almost. Yeah, that shit is fucking long. What? But it was kind of good. I'm so sorry for not being able to read properly tonight. I don't know what the fuck happened, actually. Like, no idea why my fucking just mind, like, I don't know. It died for a second. I became illiterate. Fuck, even now, I cannot even fucking say that word. Oh no. But anyway, thank you for being here. Much love, babies. Mwah, mwah, and see you probably next Saturday. Maybe earlier on the week, maybe later. I don't know. It depends on how busy I'm going to be. But anyway, much love. Bye bye.